He's here.
The man, the myth, the legend, the General of Scotland.
Ha!
Yo,
The man
what's up?
himself.
Mhm.
How's it
Oh,
going?
look how manly that man is. The king
How's it going?
of big dick energy.
Caterpillar dick. How's it
man.
going, guys?
Yeah, it's going well. Been a good day.
Cool.
Looking forward to this. This will give me a good time.
Yeah, man.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. I'm
Yeah.
I'm all stocked up.
Nice. Good stuff. So how are you doing?
Yeah, pretty good, man.
Nice.
Pretty chilled out day. I'm on holiday from work just now, so
Mm-hmm.
it's good. Spend
That's awesome.
time with the little guy.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Yeah.
My man, welcome to the podcast.
Yeah. Good to be here, guys. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, how's your
So-
vacation going?
It's good, man. It's like a staycation. So just
Mhm.
chilling at home and finding our own fun and stuff. So it's good.
Very nice. How's the whole generalship going for you over in Scotland? I mean, I remember when you jumped up on board, you fucking, like, your aura, everything about Calum screamed big dick energy, badass, cool dude. And I was telling
Mhm.
Jordan before you came on, you're the king of what I like to call big dick energy. Like, when you come into a room, all the dudes are happy to see you, and all the girls, their panties fill up real quick, and then they have to walk to the bathroom real quick to deal with that. But
Well, that's not for me to say, guys. Man. It's good. I mean, to begin with, there was a lot to get used to. I'd never used Discord or anything like that before, so getting to grips with that. I'm
Yeah.
still trying to figure out some stuff in there, like so.
Totally.
Yeah.
But it's good. It's just like maintaining, like keeping a presence there. If you know what I mean, trying
Yeah.
to,
Mhm.
manage to be able to speak to everybody all the time, answering questions that they have,
Yeah.
make sure they're not being naughty boys.
Totally.
I'm the only naughty boy allowed.
Fair. That's
Funny
funny.
you mentioned that. I had to tell Jordan yesterday there's one of the Canadian guys, I believe, got a little bit weird with me and started telling me he wanted somebody to shove a sword up his ass, and I was like, that's too much information for me, dude. I don't need to know that. So that gentleman is obviously quite a bit naughty, and that's too much information to share. So,
Yeah.
That's fairly naughty. When I said I was naughty, I didn't mean that kind of way.
I wanted to ask you, you're a good looking guy. Now, what's the weirdest thing that you've had to come in contact with or deal with since you've either become a general or just in general been a part of the beard struggle? Because I know I've had my fair share of weird shit set my way.
Actually, I've been quite lucky. I've not had too many weird things.
Oh,
I don't ever have any guys telling me that I've got nice juicy thighs like Mitch, or sending me erect penises like Peach or anything like that.
Yeah.
They must just look at me and say, oh, "Okay, we'll just leave them be."
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm happy
Yeah.
with that.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally. Yeah. I've had this very similar experience. I've been pretty safe so far from strange things.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Yeah, you've had
You
had a good run, Jordan.
You get like added to the group chats of like the Illuminati and all that kind of.
Yeah, I've had that
I
once
just
or
don't
twice,
handle it
but
and open it. I just
Yeah.
say,
yeah, totally.
Oh,
I'll stay out of that.
100%. Yep. Yeah, I think I've had that like once or twice, but that's about the extent of the weirdness.
you guys
Yeah.
are lucky.
I quite enjoy seeing everybody else's weirdness though. Like
Yeah. Oh, totally.
if I can view it from the outside, I'm happy.
100%. Yep. Absolutely.
Do you got any big projects that you're working on right now, my man? I mean, you look like a popular gentleman. I've seen you on stage. You're a strong man. There's pretty much nothing that's manly that you can't do. Is there anybody hitting you up for any kind of project here?
What do you mean, like with the?
Projects as in like for your music, or you got to go back to like a strongman competition, anything like that?
Yeah, we're actually in the kind of final stages of mixing our second album.
Ooh,
so
cool.
I think there's maybe one track left to do, which unfortunately for the producer is probably the hardest track to master. So
fair.
But yeah, hopefully, I think it's been kind of good being on lockdown and things because we didn't feel pressurized to get the music out there so quickly. Like, it's given us a bit of breathing space.
Totally. Yeah, that's really cool.
So, yeah, I mean, it's sounding really good. The next stage with it will be to send it and get mastered. And yeah, hopefully it'll be out sometime later this summer, I would think.
Cool. That's awesome.
Yeah,
very cool.
I think everything.
Am I allowed to probe and ask what's the name of this album, or are we waiting for that?
That's as yet untitled.
Cool.
All right.
And that's not the title of it. We have a couple of ideas for the title, so we'll I guess once we can all kind of get together and things again, we'll finalize what's called. But
cool.
like the album artwork and everything like that's all in place. It's just really waiting for this last track to get mixed and then sent away to get mastered.
Yeah, of course.
Then we can work on getting like physical copies made. I think CDs and things. Not many people obviously really buy CDs anymore. But it's good to give out. Good to give out gigs and things.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, of course. Like yeah, for sure.
People think now a lot more people are buying vinyl. I think is the big thing. So
yeah,
it's quite expensive to produce, but it's what people want. So
totally.
I like giving people what they want.
For sure. People went back to vinyl, did they? I know nothing about music. I'm far away from music. I listen to podcasts. That's all I do with my life.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you, Cal, how long have you been playing with the guys that you've been playing for? Have you been playing with them for just a few years, or has this been like you and a bunch of friends that you've been together with for a long time?
We have been playing together since 2014.
Cool.
Okay.
So I used to play in bands when I was younger, and then I went and studied music and music business.
Oh, cool.
And I kind of fell out of love with the music industry a bit after studying it.
Yeah, fair.
And then I just kind of stepped away from it for a long time. But when I came home, I went away traveling for a few years.
Yeah.
And when I came home, these guys approached me and said that we're starting a band and we would like you to come and try out. And
cool.
It just kind of came from then. So it was good. They're good musicians. I feel kind of like a fraud because I'm just the puppet at the front that dances about and they do all the hard work.
I mean, every band's got to have one. Like.
Well, yeah. An idiot at the front.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, but it's good fun. I enjoy it.
Yeah.
Cool. That's awesome.
Yeah, see, I'm not musically talented. Like my son is much more musically talented than I am, and he's 4 years old. And he sings best songs ever because it's always about me and how much he loves me. So I love that's about the extent. Yeah, that's about the best that I can do for music lessons. But you don't want to hear me sing "Oh Canada," it'll hurt you.
Fair.
But
Were you not singing that last week?
yeah, I believe it was last week we were celebrating that, and I'm sure some of my neighbors asked me to shut up, but I was too drunk to actually listen to them.
I went out and stood in my garden and had a sing in the nude. Oh, Canada. Take off your hat, goddammit.
That's the one thing I love about. That's the one thing I love about our brotherhood. I've had several of our friends just message me. Them shot like with a beer, they stab a screwdriver in the side of it and they shotgun it. I've had dudes send me other videos of them doing weird shit, and they're like, "I fucking love Canada." I'm like, "This is sweet. I've never gotten this much love in my whole life."
I love it.
Yeah, honestly.
I don't think there could be anybody that could hate Canada, really. Like it's such a like inoffensive place. Everybody's so happy and friendly, and it's cool.
Yeah, man. Do you have a favorite moment so far since you've been a part of the brotherhood, the beard struggle X, I guess we're calling them now?
I guess. Well, it was obviously a massive privilege to be asked to be the general of Scotland. That was. I didn't expect that. I just came out of the blue, and I was kind of shocked. But obviously, I accepted without hesitation.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
But I think just kind of getting to grips with the first wave of recruits, like getting to meet everybody, getting to know everybody. I was just kind of learning as I went, it's all people that you've never met before, so just learning a bit about everybody and getting them to come together in a team and create a collaboration was it's pretty cool.
Totally, that's awesome.
That's cool, man. Yeah, no, we're hoping that the Canada guys will kind of pull their shit together, because most of those guys are inactive as fuck, and it's gonna be real sad if it's just Jordan and I in there, just the two of us, just being like,
so you want to
collab? It's like, well, we got a podcast we do pretty much every fucking day together, so
yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Do you think is there going to be like quite a few guys for going into the Canadian Eat?
I've seen a decent number in the Facebook group, but like it'll be interesting to see, like, because we've been talking to a few, like as Scott was saying, but yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see if like the engagement and everything like kicks in for that. Like once that gets going, that'll be very interesting to watch. Yeah.
I can imagine it'll be kind of like Scotland. Like we're the smallest out of the Eats in the UK.
Yeah,
and we get kind of steady-ish numbers, but it's nowhere near as many as like Mitch or Dean are seeing. They're getting guys in it every day pretty much.
Yeah,
but that doesn't bother me. That's like it's kind of nice just having a slow, steady pace. And,
totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely much the same way. Like too much is too much sometimes. Every day, all those requests, all those things going on. And so it's nice to just pop your head and be like, "Hey, place isn't on fire? Cool, I'm out."
Yeah. Nobody's killed anybody? No? Okay, good.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, I gotta say, one of my favorite moments was last night. Right after we got off our podcast with Dakota, I got a message from Mitch. I was just absolutely shit-faced last night. I don't remember the podcast. I don't remember going to bed. I don't remember any of that shit. But I woke up to these delightful messages from Mitch telling us that he had the cops come to his house because he tried to cook a wagon wheel in a frying pan. Yeah. It started a fucking fire.
It's been a good night when you try and cook a biscuit instead of a burger.
Yeah, totally. And then like earlier on in the night, he was saying, so he started with that, like that story of how like he almost burned his house down last night, and then he went into this like conspiracy theory, like using like king size mattresses to like spy on people, and like fishing poles are like antenna radios for the government, and like all this like all these crazy things, and it was just hilarious.
And he wasn't even celebrating the 4th of July. That's mental.
No, I mean he's just having a good night.
Mitch is just a wild man.
Yeah.
He's a bit of a wild man, so I think that's one of many reasons we all love him. The way he reeled in that gay dude was fucking priceless. But
Yeah.
I got to ask you, Calum, are you a bit of a wild man? Do you have a wild side to you? Do you got a poison? I know here in Canada, a lot of people go towards pot. Some people like beer. Dakota likes whiskey. I like White Claws.
White Claws, okay. I don't think White Claws exist.
Yeah, no. I just found them a little while ago.
Here. What is a White Claw?
White Claw is like, I think they're called a seltzer.
Yeah.
It's essentially water. It's essentially water with booze in it.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty dangerous.
And I'm not gonna lie, like I don't drink very often. I've started pretty much since we started doing this podcast. It's been
Just to
nice
get you through it.
Yeah, just to get through this fucking rough schedule, man.
Through rock and roll lifestyle.
Yeah, well, I mean, I figure like if we're gonna do this, we got to do this right. And I mean, I think I almost died of laughter last night for the 5th time in 2 weeks or something like that.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, Dakota's a funny man. I like him.
He is, yeah. I like Dakota.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I was gonna say that video that you guys just released there's the White Claws.
Yeah.
Oh,
a
little White Claw.
about as girly of a drink as you can get. Like I fully expect somebody to call me a bitch when I'm drinking these, and I'm like, it's all right. So, whatever.
Yeah.
But I guess they're quite easy. To drink though.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Like when I got home yesterday, I'm like, oh, I'm thirsty. I slammed one because it's pretty much water with a hint of whatever the fuck they say it tastes like. This one's mango. You barely taste any mango. This one tastes like lemon. There's barely any lemon. You could totally mistake that for a really shitty Sprite.
Mm-hmm.
You come home, you just slam a couple of them, and next thing you know, you're like, I'm feeling a little wobbly. And then you go on a podcast and you drink another 11 before you go to bed.
Was it that many?
Oh.
Yeah, I drank something like 13 or 14. I woke up this morning, I checked. I went through I went through quite a few of them last night. Jordan, I woke up in the middle of the night last night, and I'm like, I don't feel very good. So whatever. I go to the bathroom, and I come out of the bathroom. I'm like, yeah, no, I still don't feel good. And I didn't throw up, but I just profusely sweated for hours. I don't know what happened to me, but apparently I got the alcohol sweats last night.
Yeah, it's going to get out of you somehow.
Yeah.
So I was just drenched. I was like, holy fuck, this is weird. So, what can you do, right?
My poison is just beer or lager or anything like that.
Yeah.
I used to drink spirits and things, but didn't really agree with me very well. So
okay, fair.
I would end up in nights where I couldn't remember what I'd done, and then waking up the next day thinking, am I in trouble or? Oh yeah. So now I just stick to beer.
Fair.
But I can still drink a lot of beer. So.
Fair enough. Yeah. Do you have a certain kind of beer that you chase after? Are you like a dark beer guy? Are you like a pale ale guy, or whatever the season is?
I used to just drink one type of beer and one only, nothing else. That was it.
Yeah.
And it's called. It's not the cheapest, but it's like bang average. Doesn't taste that great. It's just a staple booze. Nothing exciting about it. Nothing special. But
fair.
like I wouldn't I wouldn't drink anything else. I would just, one pint of Ennis, and 20 pints later, I'd be like, yeah, one more but now in my age, I feel like I've maybe become a bit more sophisticated, and I've branched out into ales and IPAs and everything. So at the minute, I'm kind of liking IPAs and things like that. And on the converse, I like milk stouts.
Okay, cool.
So they basically just taste like a chocolate milkshake.
Well, that's cool.
What's not to like?
Yeah, that sounds nice.
I like it. Yeah, I told Jordan I'm gonna have to drag him out there from Ontario and drag him to BC and get him drunk.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
I think it's a good idea. I was thinking of building a squad of yourself, myself, Phil, Dakota, Black Belt. You know, get Mitch in there. You know, get a couple of other guys. Mensky. Yeah, we got to get that one guy in there that's gonna make you do something fucked up. Yeah, we just got to take them all out. We all just got to take them out. Come on, Jordan, you've never been drunk before. You've never been to a. Come on, let's go do this.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
You want him to live, though, right? You want him to live.
True, for sure.
Of course I do. I also still want to make sure that he gets so fucked up that I can get pictures of things that are degrading. Yes. That's exactly what you need, actually.
Oh no.
I remember I used to play football when I was younger, like soccer.
Yeah.
And we went on a trip. We went away on a trip for like 3-4 days. And like at the end of the football tournament or whatever it was, we were playing. There's always like a big party, and everybody has beers and whatnot. And I think I was like 18 or something, so I was legal age to drink. And there was this younger guy there who was, I think he was like 15 or 16 or something, and he'd never been on a trip. He'd never been wasted or anything like that. So we took him out, and he was like, "Oh, well, what do I drink?" And I was like, "Well, just to start with a couple of beers." So gave him a couple of beers, and he was quite pissed. And I was like, "Yeah, the next thing you should probably drink is whiskey." So I was like, okay, yeah, no problem. So we made him shotgun a half bottle of whiskey, and then made him go spin round in circles for a while, and then we never seen him again. He was gone.
Yeah, fair. That's funny.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, no, that would be hilarious. Get all us together.
Would you call yourself a bit of a prankster when you're under the influence of the beer and whatnot? I would say that I am more of just a purely happy drunk. And like when I went on sports events, I was a part of the wrestling team in high school, and I remember they would do this poor sick son of a bitch. His name was Grayson. He would.
I hate him already.
Very, very. Very nice guy for the most part, but literally looks like he lived in the woods and came out of nowhere. So you're just kind of like, okay, this guy's already interesting. He would be the leader of the impossible sit-up. So somebody would sit down on the ground, and two people would hold a towel at each end. So it would be like if Jordan and I had it, and they laid across this person's face. Normally, it's a new recruit on the wrestling team who really wants to be a part of the big clique, you know. And as the kid's trying to sit up, they pull the towel away. And when they pull the towel away, Grayson's brown asshole is about 4 centimeters from their face. So they just go right into his asshole. And it was a common thing that they would do. And I was like, this is fucking cruel.
It's horrible.
But at least, like you said, in a way, like I enjoy being on the outside. So I'm more curious, are you leading the pranks, or are you enjoying sitting out from the outside still?
Oh, half and half, I think, maybe.
Okay.
Okay, half and half. That's fair. I
Yeah.
understand.
Depends there's like there's always something going on if we're away with the band, if we're on tour or something. There's always something going on in the band van or
Yeah.
whatever. And generally kind of, I guess, I don't want to say the word revolves because that makes it sound like I'm the fucking center of it all, but it kind of all just falls back towards me usually. Like they end up having to carry me home, or I pissed in one of their shoes, or I pissed in the bed that they were sleeping in, or there's quite a lot of stuff.
Oh, fair enough.
That's funny.
There was there was one trip we were away, and we were staying in a hostel.
Yeah.
So it's like lots of different rooms, and I got really, really drunk, and I went home early to the hostel.
Yeah.
And I obviously got in the place and things, but the next thing I remember, I was getting woken up. It was like somebody pushing me, going, Calum, and I could hear these like bleeps, like bleep, 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 bleep. It's like, what is this? What the fuck's going on? And the guy was like, Calum, you're in the wrong bed. I said, fuck off! I am not. I'm not. I'm in my own bed.
You're in the wrong bed.
So switched on the light, and it was a policeman that was waking me up.
Oh.
And he said, "Calum, do you recognise anybody in this room?" So I look around, and I was like, "No."
No.
There was this poor little skinny black guy standing. He's like, yeah, that's my bed. And I said, oh, God, I'm sorry, man. So the police people, they were quite good. They didn't arrest me or anything like that. They took me to my room.
Yeah.
But the fucked up thing is, but when they took me in there, my two other bandmates were that pissed that they didn't even wake up when the police took me in, so I couldn't tell them the story.
Oh my God.
That's funny.
So yeah. It's kind of stuff like that kind of happens when we're away.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic. I can imagine probably some pretty funny things that happen on a band trip. You get a bunch of guys in a band, especially when they're talented, and they get bored on road trips, and they're like, "Let's have some fun." I can only imagine some of the fun that you guys have had.
Yeah. Well, like we played quite a big festival. It's called Bloodstock Festival.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like,
I like the name of it.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a heavy rock festival.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we come from a small island at the top of Scotland, and this was down in the middle of England. So we had to get a boat down, which is overnight. So on the boat down, we just got absolutely wasted. And then we had to drive then to go and pick up like a kind of tour bus type thing.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, it didn't have any beds or anything, but it was like, it had TVs and PlayStation and a table, and it was quite cool.
That's cool, man.
Mm-hmm.
But when we got to the place to hire the van, it turned out that only 2 out of the 5 band members could drive it because of license restrictions.
Yeah.
So the 2 guys that could drive sat in the front, and then me and the 2 other guys sat in the back and got absolutely out of this world wasted. And it was really good fun, but the drummer, our drummer John, he gets called Budgie Bladder Brown because he needs a piss every 5 fucking minutes. So we were like having to stop at the side of the motorway every like 10 minutes, 5 minutes. He's like, I got a piss. So we got to the festival on the Thursday night. There was lots of music and stuff. It was awesome. We were already wasted, so it was cool. And then we played on the Saturday. No, sorry, the Friday.
Mm.
And breakfast, which was, I think, went on the Jägermeister stage, so our breakfast was Jägermeister. Played a killer show and then enjoyed the rest of the festival for the weekend.
Nice. That's awesome.
Oh man. Oh, it sounds like you have way too much fun being in a band. I wish I had some musical talent. That was always something I wish I was better at. But
well,
I was curious.
That's the thing. That's the thing, Scott. I don't have any musical talent. I just fanny about on the front of the stage.
When did you get involved in music and being in a band and everything? Like you said, you used to be in them when you were younger and whatnot. When did you get involved in it?
When I was in high school.
Mm.
Yeah.
You have your music class.
Yeah.
And at our high school, every end of year, they have a thing. Well, they have a battle of the bands.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you make up a band from your music class, and you sing a bunch of covers of whatever songs you want, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So we were doing that, and then some of the older kids asked me if I wanted to join their band to sing a certain song or something like that. So I went and did that, and that was the first sort of real band that I was in.
Cool.
That's cool.
And it was called Smell the Glove.
Smell the Glove. Oh shit, that would be the best name. That would be the best band to represent an MMA fighter ever. That's the best fucking name ever. I love it. Smell the Glove.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
It's a reference to the film Spinal Tap.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever heard or watched it. It's
No,
a funny
never
film.
have.
Yeah.
It's kind of an old school film, but it's funny.
That's cool.
Yeah, man.
So from there, we played the like local events and high school discos and all those kind of things like that. So it was good fun.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went to uni and studied music, played in some bands and things there. But I guess from maybe the age of maybe 22 till I was 28, I didn't do any music at all.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Interesting. Just flying under the radar for about 6 years. Just flying under the radar. I understand that. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Oh, I was hitting karaoke bars like a motherfucker though. In disguise.
Oh, that's funny. No, I can tell you're a very talented individual. I mean, just like even the beard struggle video that you guys just put out, you did a fantastic job. You look so well done up, and you release the hair and release the beast, and you're very like, your facial expressions are very expressive, and it's very fun to watch. So I was curious.
I've got a big face, so I have to move it about.
Do you have any aspirations to go towards being involved in videos, like movies of any kind? Are you hoping to maybe one day play a superhero, or are you wanting to do an action movie or something one day?
I don't know. I could maybe be Jason Momoa's stunt double or something like that. I could take the falls for him. Save his pretty face.
Yeah, I could see that. That'd be cool.
I was gonna say you could play like the Mr. and Mrs. Smith. You could play a way more handsome Mr. Smith than the last fucker.
More handsome than Brad Pitt.
Yeah, hey, he's getting old, and I mean, maybe it's Calum's time to sneak in there and steal his energy and steal his roles. I mean, as I said, you are the king of big dick energy.
Well, I'll just have to get in the same. Brad who? Sorry, who? Never heard it. Never heard it, mate.
Oh shit. Oh.
I don't know. Like at the minute, I really wouldn't think. Oh, sorry. At the minute, I don't think I have. What's going on here? I don't think I have much more free time
Fair.
to to put into anything else, because I go to the gym, I do the beard struggle stuff, I do band things, I spend time with my family, and I work. So there's not much more I can fit in. I actually was approached maybe about the start of the year to go and do some amateur dramatic things, but I just
cool.
I didn't have the time for it. So
yeah, fair.
Understandable.
Yeah,
family time is hard to come by, especially in today's world. You got work, you got the side gigs you got to be doing, and then like you're saying, you work full time on top of that. What do you do for a full time job?
At the minute, I am the skipper of a boat on a salmon farm.
Cool.
Very nice. So hard work and manly man. See, I knew I was right, Jordan. I told you.
Yeah.
It's a lot of manual work and a lot of pulling ropes and hauling nets and wrangling big fish and things like that.
Cool.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, and like right at the minute, we're in the middle of our harvesting season, so you're pretty much flat out, like harvesting the fish out of the cages, and it's full on. So I'm glad I'm that's me in my my oilskins and life jacket.
That's cool.
Very nice.
Yeah.
No, that's a cool
job. I'm glad to be on holiday this week, actually.
Totally.
Yeah.
Good to get a break from it.
Yeah.
Do you go on holiday often? Are you able to, or is it a very rare occasion for you to get some family free time like this?
No, like we get a set amount of holiday days with the company, so you've got allocated 30 days a year, I think. So it's pretty good.
Cool.
Fair enough. Oh, that's good.
But I will be later in the year moving to a new job.
Okay, cool.
Oh.
But because of COVID-19, it's all been put on hold. So
yep.
Fair enough.
That's to come later in the year.
That's cool.
What was COVID for you guys like over there? I don't know much of how it affected Scotland. Did you guys have a big number of cases? Was it rather sparse and not a big deal? Was there a lot of chaos going on?
I don't think Scotland was affected as a lot of other places. Yeah. I think the more populated areas were obviously more affected, like cities and things.
Yeah,
but where I am is like a very small island right at the very top of Scotland. So we're isolated away from the mainland, and we have very small like communities and things. So in Orkney, I think there's maybe been 9 cases in one day, something like that.
Fair enough.
So
Interesting.
it's not affected people in Orkney very much. I mean, obviously people have been on lockdown, they've not been working or whatever. But I have. I was classed as a key worker, I think, because we're in the food production sector. So
interesting.
Life for me has just kind of been the same, really.
Cool.
Fair enough. Yeah, no, up here in Canada, they just started opening the doors and letting everybody go outside a little while ago. So everybody's just starting to get used to being outside again and being around other people. But I think they were talking about making it so we had to wear masks everywhere. I think that was a new thing they've been talking about. So like, you need to leave your house.
I think in Scotland, the the rules are now you have to wear masks if you go shopping or if you're going on public transport or things like that. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same here. Like,
but my girlfriend, she's a salon owner.
Yeah.
So she's been closed and things, but she has been making masks, like making face masks.
Yeah.
So she's been like crazy busy, even though she's not been at work. So
yeah.
I'm quite lucky. She's made me an oversized mask to cover my beard. So.
Oh, that's
Nice.
super cool.
That's amazing.
That's fantastic. I remember when we all started with the beard struggle, there was that thing going on because it all happened at the very beginning of COVID.
Yeah.
All those videos of the guy with the giant beard, they folded up and put their glasses on. I was like, that's sweet.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah. I was jealous of those dudes.
Yeah.
I don't have enough
There
yet.
you go.
Yeah.
You have probably one of the best styled beards on the
You
team.
think?
I think so. It looks it looks nice, my man. It looks nice
Well,
and
see-
clean, but it doesn't look like somebody just like printed you out of a goddamn photocopier.
We see it's in the summer it goes hell of a light around
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that same problem.
Yeah.
So it kind of looks like it's just my chin there.
That does. Yeah.
But I want to say at least I didn't look ginger, Mitch.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Mitch.
There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
No, there's nothing wrong with it, is there, Mitch? No.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've noticed with like just like being outside more, like parts of my beard are going more like a little bit more ginger because like mostly it's all brown, but there's like a few spots like in here that it's like starting to go a little more like orangey red, which is interesting.
That was fine. I understand that.
Mhm.
I wanted to ask you, Calum, because you're a father of a little man there, and I'm also the father of a little man. What's your favorite cartoon or one of your guys' favorite pastimes to do together? I know that for my son and I, like, we go down to the lake that's 2 minutes from my house and we skip rocks. And that's one of his favorite things to do. We see if we can catch little fish or see if there's ducks or anything like that around.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, I think you and your little man and me and my little man would get on well. He likes doing those kind of things. He just mastered skipping rocks this year, so he's anytime he can, he's like, "Yep, on it. I'm doing it."
Cool.
We're kind of lucky. We've got a little, we've got a barn around the back of our house. You know, like a stream, a creek, or whatever you would call it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it has little fish and things in it, so we go down there with our nets. And
cool.
Try and catch them and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to cartoons, I mean, my little guy, he likes watching most things, but I think what we like enjoy the most is maybe SpongeBob or something like that.
Nice.
Yeah. My kid still tells me that there's a pineapple under the sea that somebody lives in.
Maybe that. It's maybe I make him watch it because I like it. But
fair.
It is fantastic. I can say from smoking a lot of pot and watching SpongeBob, it's one of the better cartoons.
Oh, I could only imagine. Like, it's been a long time since I smoked pot, but I could only imagine watching SpongeBob while smoking.
Yeah, you take a couple of good puffs, you go sit down and you see Patrick be just retarded, and you see Mr. Krabs be money hungry, and you see SpongeBob upset because somebody fucking said something that's perfect timing that he got upset about, and you're like, oh yes. This is that's hilarious.
But at the minute he's kind of he likes Marvel.
Cool.
Oh yeah.
That's fun.
So we got Disney Plus through.
Very cool. Very nice. We did too.
I got it through one of my friends, which was awesome. Lee Wallace. He hooked me up. So I said to Calum, I was like, "Oh, my son's called Calum as well."
Oh, cool.
I said to Calum, oh, like, we can watch all the Marvels and we can watch all the Star Wars. He's like, oh, yeah, cool, cool, cool. And I said, right, which Marvel do you want to watch first? Do you want to watch, like, Iron Man, you know, start at the start?
Yeah.
No, I want to watch Endgame. So I was like, okay, you want to watch the last one first?
That's hilarious.
That's one way to do it.
Okay. Yeah. Maybe we could just go back in time.
Oh man,
that's funny.
See, I tried to get my kid into Vikings, and now I'm worried I did too good of a job, because like earlier today before I came down to do the podcast, I'm like, hey buddy, I gotta go do my show. So if you need anything, you gotta talk to Grandma. And he's like, praise Odin, Valhalla. I'm like,
Okay.
Cool. See you whenever I'm done. And off I go.
I hope you told Grandma not to give him too much meat or anything.
Dude, my kid's funny. He loves Dragon Ball Z. I don't know if you're familiar with Dragon Ball Z, but he sits there sometimes and like he clenches his hands. He'll look at one hand, he'll close it, and he'll make his one hand start shaking. He'll take the other hand, do the same thing, make them both start shaking. He's like, Dad, I'm powering up. It's like, holy shit. This is the best shit I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I can't say I've seen it, but I know what it is, and I remember kids that enjoyed it when I was in school.
Oh
yeah.
Man. Yeah.
I think my little brother and sister, I think they were kind of that era. I think I was too old to be in it.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah. I think I was maybe in high school when that came out.
Cool.
Fair enough.
So that I was obviously into smoking cigarettes and trying to kiss girls and things like that.
Fair.
Yeah, no. Well, it's funny. I mean, where I am right now, there's absolutely no women here. It's very quiet. There's like 3,000 people. Most of them are old on deathbed. It's
yeah. I remember you saying that you just moved and it was to a place where it's like an older community and it's kind of hard for you to get clients and things like that.
Yes, which is why now I just do this podcast full time, because that business was dying horribly. So now we just do this. This is much more fun. And,
you could just go maybe like scare some of them to death, and when like younger people might move into their houses, you know, like create your own business.
Oh shit, that'd be hilarious. It's funny you mentioned that. The couple that the house was bought from, they mentioned when the transaction was being done that nobody in these neighborhoods locks their house because nobody ever comes here. Like, it's such a free area. Why would you steal from somebody? It's clearly either your neighbor or your other neighbor, because that's the only other person you can talk to, kind of thing.
Yeah.
That sounds like an opportunity for a raid.
Well, exactly, right. So when we moved here the very first year, we started seeing in like the paper and we started seeing online there was all these breaking and entering of homes.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh yeah, for sure, because we would go for a walk like during the wintertime, and you could tell easily who's home and who's not home and who leaves their house and who doesn't leave their house just by looking at their driveway. If you look at their driveway and there's snow on it for 2 weeks and there's not one footprint in there, probably free game.
That sounds like something the Sticky Bandits would do in Home Alone.
Totally. Yep. 100%.
That was one of my favorite movie series growing up.
Oh yeah, so good. And it's like it crosses generations. I mean, my little guy, he likes it as well. And it's like just it's proper like stupid comedy.
Oh, totally.
Absolutely.
Yep.
It's funny, now that you mentioned Home Alone, I'm gonna make him watch some of the Home Alones tonight. I've never made him watch one. I'm sure he's gonna love it. My kid loves that.
Yeah.
Shit. He's just a little copy of me.
Yeah. Home Alone 1 and 2 are the good ones, though. I've seen the 3 and 4, or like parts of them, and they're not good.
They're on Disney as well, I think, aren't they?
I don't know.
So I don't
Very
know.
well
I think
could
so,
be.
yeah.
They better be. If they're not,
I
they
think they
better
are,
be Disney.
yeah.
Disney, if they're not on there, please
But-
add them.
But like you were saying, Scott, where I'm from, in Orkney, it's the same. That like nobody locks their doors. Really,
Yeah.
we have like one main town, which is I think it's 7,000 people,
Wow.
and it's classed as a city because it has a cathedral.
Huh.
But
Oh, okay.
the whole island population is 22,000.
Oh.
Wow.
So it's not big.
Huh.
Wow. My hometown on Vancouver Island was 35,000 people, and that was considered a small town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like where I live,
Yeah.
like my house, I think I have 2 neighbors. That's
Yeah.
it.
Oh.
So we're in the country.
Oh,
But it's good.
man.
It means you can blast your music and
True.
Yeah, man.
get pissed up and you can roll about your garden naked if you want, and nobody gives a shit.
That's fantastic. Have you rolled upon your naked garden?
Well, I would I would have, but we don't currently have much of a garden. We renovated the whole house. Like I bought this. It was like a shitty old cottage.
Yeah. Okay.
And we renovated it all.
Cool.
So everything that was dug out is now in the back garden.
Yeah.
And because it's summer, it's now grown full of weeds and. I'm not gonna sort it. I think we needed a digger to come in and
Yeah. Fair.
just get it away.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. I remember when I was a younger man, my parents bought this house, and my dad comes up to me and like, "Hey, Scott, I bought this house, and the yard's pretty big. I need you to help me mow the lawn." I was like, "Sure, Dad, no problem. I can help you mow the lawn." We show up at this house, and the grass is about 4.5 feet tall. So yeah, it's like this tall. It's like it's right up there. I'm like, okay, first of all, I didn't know we were moving. 2, why the fuck is the grass so high? What's with this place? He's like, the people that lived here haven't been here in like 4 years. So they just let the grass grow and didn't bother having anybody take care of it. Took us 2 days to mow the grass. My dad had like this nice looking lawnmower. It worked real well. And then I was left this shitty lawnmower that had a flower pot drilled onto the side of it that I still don't know what the fuck its purpose was. But it was drilled onto the side of this lawnmower. And man, it blew black smoke out. It was like, "Fuck you, Scott," every time I tried to start it. And it took 2 days to mow this lawn. I was like, "Thanks, Dad. Thanks."
That sounds like good times.
Good times. Yeah. No, my father is a character. He's been an interesting character. I've had some interesting moments with him. What about you?
Yeah.
Are you the wild man upon your family, or are you more one of the calmer souls?
Yeah, I'm probably the wildest, I think.
You're probably the wildest. Understandable.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Well, I'm the oldest.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
I have a brother and 2 sisters.
Oh, cool. Same here. That's cool.
But yeah, I think I'm the wild. I mean,
there's some hesitation there.
Yeah, my one sister she is 19 years younger than me.
Okay.
So
Fair
she's not aged to drink or anything yet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
My other sister is going to be 30 this year. and she likes to drink. My brother, he's 2 years younger than her, I think, and he likes to drink, but I think we're all very different.
Okay.
Kind of drunks. My sister, the last time we had a drink together, she ended up like crying and saying how much she loved me and kissing me on the cheeks.
Very
and
heartfelt.
I was like,
loving.
thanks. My other brother, my brother, he's kind of the one that's always like, oh, can you buy me a drink, man? And
Oh no.
This is my big brother, and you know who he is, and he'll sort you out. And I'm like,
oh no. You're like, thanks, bro. You're leaving me with all the shit to deal with, you little bastard.
Yeah. But yeah, I think I'm probably the one that gets or used to get up to the most mischief and
okay.
trouble. Maybe might be the word. I don't know.
Yeah, fair.
Fair enough. I gotta say, like, my family's a little bit different too. Like, if you were to ask my mom when she gave birth to all three of her children what they were going to be growing up, I don't think you could have made them any more diverse than what we turned out as. I'm a beard ambassador, podcaster, MMA fighter. My one sister's a tattoo and piercing person, and then my other sister's like a university professor or some shit like that.
Fucking hell.
I'm like, I don't know how that happens. I have no idea how that happened.
So, who's the favorite?
I'm gonna just be brutal and answer because I'm pretty sure I know. But I mean, like, I don't think my parents will ever admit it, and I get that to a certain degree.
Yeah.
I think I think the favorite would be probably my middle sister, Vanessa.
Okay.
She's very successful. Her tattoo and piercing shop is doing very, very well.
I like tattoo.
They at one point will not have to work anymore, and they can just live like kings and queens, which, you know, if you can get to that point, congratulations. That's totally what you should.
Hats off.
So yeah. So I mean, like, yeah, hats off to him. Nothing but love there. But yeah, like, there is that little part inside of me that's just like, when the podcast gets big and I can do shit like, oh yeah, yeah, totally. Yeah, there's that little bit inside of me that's like, maybe I'll become the favorite, but once I become successful again, like, maybe I'll take it back. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, but we'll see.
Do you know how to do it? Do you know how to do it?
Do I know how? Oh yeah, no, I have. I know.
Do you know how? No, but you know really how to become the favorite?
Well, I want to hear your take on this,
Yeah.
because this could be much different than my take. What's your take on this? How do you become the favorite in Calum's domain?
You've got to choke out both of your sisters.
Oh shit. Well, I mean, I guess I do owe my older sister back, because when I was younger, she got shit-faced one minute, and it was like, oh man, it was bad. So she had her boyfriends over at the house, and they liked to pick on me, but I also wanted to be a part of the older group. All my friends were older than me. My older sister was, I don't know, 8 years older than me. And I always thought her boyfriends were like the coolest dudes. They always had big trucks, they could drive, they were funny, they could drink tons of beer. And, you know, a lot of them reminded me of like movie characters, like funny movie characters I'd seen in like American Pie or some of those movies.
Yeah.
And my sister one night, she didn't want me hanging around. So she gave me a wedgie, but not like just a wedgie. Not just like a wedgie, like, here, fuck you, get out. Yeah. It was like, she like, hey! I was like, oh God, no! She lifts you, like, you know, lifting me off the ground, and I'm like,
like a wedgie you can taste.
Yeah, yeah, but I mean, like, I was probably 250 pounds, and she was like 130 max. So like, the fact she was lifting me off the ground, like, she had some pent up anger that she was letting out that evening. I'm not sure what was going on. And then literally the elastic around the underwear started to rip. And she didn't even let up. She just, I think she went harder into it. She was like, fuck you! And you're just like, oh!
Oh, God.
It was the most violent wedgie I think a human being could go through. But yeah,
That's bad times.
I still think about that to this day. My older sister Echo is a particularly violent woman when she wants to be. Like, I remember being in grade, I think 1 or 2, and I didn't understand multiplication because when you did addition, 2 plus 2 is 4. But if you're changing the whole thing and you're doing multiplying now, I still didn't understand how 2 times 2 could be 4 because we just changed whatever. I thought it was supposed to be a bigger number.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was supposed to be a bigger number.
Yeah.
So she's spending, I don't know, 5 or 10 minutes trying to explain this to me, and I'm like, I still don't get it. Like, I'm too dumb. Like, I just don't get it. And she fucking, all I remember is her hand grabbing my face. And just my hand, like my head hitting the back wall.
Jeez.
Like, holy shit. Oh, that woman has a mean bone in her body, just a few of them. Yeah.
Was it one of the ones though when it happened? Then she was like, "Oh, you're okay. Don't tell mom. Don't. I'll let you play with my my favorite toy."
No, so it was like for instance, like the living room. How some living rooms you can also have the dining room. You just set it up that way.
Yeah.
So it's like we're at the table doing the homework, and then just a little bit over here is the family sitting on the couch having a good time. And she did it in front of the whole family. And like my old grandparents were over. They're like in their 80s and 90s, and like they're super religious and they don't understand. So like what they just saw was like vicious assault on a child. And they're like, oh, okay.
maybe they were like, he must have cussed Jesus or something like that. It's okay. Yeah. I would slam him too. Yeah.
Have you seen the video online of that religious guy where he's giving a speech and he goes up and he's like, you know, everybody, I used to run a youth camp, and there's this one kid named Johnny, and Johnny, he was always cursing out the Lord's name. And one day I walked up to Johnny and I punched him square in the chest. And when Johnny fell down, I'm like, you quit saying the Lord's name in vain, boy. I ain't playing with you. And I was like,
what?
Punched Johnny in the middle. How old was he? I just imagine this 9-year-old being punched in the chest by a full-grown man.
Flying across the room.
Totally. I got hit by
Feel Jesus' wrath.
swing. I got hit by a tire swing in grade 1. And I probably only flew like, maybe 6 feet across the playground, but it felt like 30. Yeah. I imagine that's what Johnny felt like when he got punched in the chest. Oh, shit.
That's funny.
Fuck, that's funny. I want to make sure we're not taking up all your time, my friend, because I know you're on vacation and you got family time and whatnot and everything like that. What time are we at?
No,
how far are we at?
Pretty good. My boy's in bed and Inga is doing some work, so I'm all good, but I also don't want to screw up Vinny too much either, so
that's fair.
I appreciate Vinny being able to switch up. What time did you say you were going to go on with him?
I think we said around like 5:30 or 6 my time, so that's like 9:30, 10 for him, I believe, something like that. Oh, it's 5:30.
It's now 10, well, nearly 10:30 here.
Yeah.
So, but
yeah, I can ask him, see where he's at.
Old Vinny, he'll probably be at his computer doing some mad shit on it.
Totally.
The man's a talent.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, like with our videos and collaborations and things.
Yeah.
We just, you come up with the idea. We all like run through the idea between ourselves, and chuck ideas around,
Yeah, man.
and we come up with what we need to film.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes to me it's kind of like, okay, that's the fucking most random few bits and pieces, but okay, I'll do that. And I give it over to Vinny, and it comes back at this like polished piece of work, and I'm like,
Yep.
Totally.
okay.
Yeah, man. It's funny. I give Jordan some stuff to do. I'm like, hey, Jordan, can you like make a clip because I'm too dumb and I don't know how to do this shit. So Jordan will make the clip and he'll send them to me. And man, they're little pieces of art. I love when he sends me like the thumbnails for an episode, or if he sends me like that clip we had of Dakota and I and Jordan laughing the other day. Like, it's just a lot of fun. I like watching, like what you said. Sometimes you just either ask for something or you they give you an idea and you do your little bits and you're like, I have no idea what this is gonna turn into.
Yeah.
Like we did a podcast the other day.
Like, how can you get something out of that shit that I've just put out?
Like we've decided that we're gonna create a fight poster of me versus Kim Jong-un in a diaper, and that's kind of the idea.
Is he still alive?
Fight poster.
I think
Jordan,
he is.
Young Jordan, look it up. Is he alive? I don't know if that fucker's still alive. If he is, I'm looking for you.
Was there not like?
There was rumors earlier this year that like there was like a botched heart surgery or something that.
Yeah, and it was just kind of like Weekend at Bernie's. They were just like
they were saying that his I heard of, so I'd be interested to see. What are you finding, young Jordan? Is Kim Jong-un still alive, or do I need to beat that sack of shit to death?
Yeah. So this started July 3rd, 2020. North Korea's Kim Jong-un makes rare public appearance to scold officials. He's
a psychopath.
He's done all kinds of things. Like he like killed his uncle for like he killed one of his uncles because he didn't want him to like take over.
I used to be real fat. When I was real fat, I couldn't see my dick. It was a sad day.
And he's Asian, dude. Like they're not renowned for being like.
Fair, yeah, they're not
big
known
boys.
for horse. Yeah, they're not known for. No. Would you say that you're? I don't know. Do you guys have a prime minister, president? What's the title of your country?
We have the Prime Minister of Britain, who is Boris.
Yeah.
But we also have the First Minister of Scotland.
Okay.
Who is Nicola Sturgeon.
Interesting.
There's kind of mixed reviews in her, to be honest, but I don't really give a shit.
Fair.
Understandable. Because Go ahead.
I would say we're going to be like governed by somebody, so
yeah.
Who cares?
True.
It's funny because I asked the question to, I think it was Phil and Mitch the other day when we were talking about Kim Jong-un. I can't remember how it got brought up, but I still stand by the fact that I think Vladimir Putin is the most manly world leader on the planet. The man rides bears. And if somebody tells me that picture is photoshopped, I'm still going to fight you to the death until you give me evidence that it's the other way around.
Yeah, I think Putin's pretty cool. And if you're listening, Vladimir, love you, man. But yeah, I don't think you want to fuck with him because you'd probably end up dead.
Totally.
Oh man.
Yeah, like you'd say one thing and then like disappear like the next day.
Was there not? That's pretty cool.
There it is.
Was there not something regarding the COVID situation where some doctors came out and released information in Russia?
Ooh.
I think there was four doctors or something, and then those 4 doctors on different days fell out of windows somewhere in Russia.
What? No.
I think so.
Wait.
I think so.
Jordan, look it up.
What do you think I'm doing, Scott? What do you
Jordan,
think I'm doing?
I need to know. I need to know, did he push these fuckers out of windows? If he pushed these fuckers out of windows, that's so bold and so gangster.
Yep.
Yeah.
3 Russian doctors have fallen from hospital windows amid COVID-19 pandemic.
Yeah.
I wonder why.
That's a little coincidence.
Yeah.
I'm on the move, by the way, guys.
Yep. And then 2 of them have died from their falls, while the most recent case is in serious condition in hospital with a skull fracture.
And probably won't wake up ever again.
Yep.
No, they'll make sure he's either in a coma forever or they'll just eventually just make him disappear. My God, that's fucking crazy. I'm so glad you brought that to my attention. I never knew that. That's almost as crazy as when I think it was China had the Olympics or something like that a few years ago.
Yeah.
And like all of a sudden the world got a whole bunch of new access to China. And they started finding out that people were jumping off the top of buildings onto spike fences because they wanted to die. And I was like, holy shit, Jesus Christ.
Listen to this quote from one of the other Russian doctors. So he said he had last checked in with his coworker Shopov on April 30th and was told his condition had improved. He felt fine. He was getting ready to get discharged from the hospital, and all of a sudden this happened. It's not clear why and what for. So many questions that I don't even have the answer to. I wonder what that could be.
Well,
I don't know.
We all know what that is.
Totally.
We all know exactly what that is. Putin's like, I'm so sorry you fell out of a window. I apologize that we left it open for you.
Yeah, and it set up like things on the ground for you to trip over, like precisely like in like perfect positioning from the window.
Yeah. I'm just gonna take your photo. Take one more step back. One more step back. Oh, no, come on. Yeah.
Oh man,
That's wild.
I bet you anything that's probably how it's done in some senses. Like it's almost like a poorly acted movie, and the guy sits there and the person dies. And he's
Totally.
like, I can't believe it actually worked that easily. What a fucking idiot.
But yeah, it's like shit you'd make up in a movie, man.
Yep, honestly, like doctors falling in windows, but it's happening in real life.
I don't know. Would you say that falling out of a window would probably have to be one of the worst ways to go?
Nah, I think it would be pretty cool. Because you'd be like, it would be like you're flying for a while, and then you'd be like, well, I don't know anything about it. Yeah, you wouldn't know anything about it. You just
whole 11 seconds.
Yeah, but you just like switch off then. Like it would just be done.
Yeah, totally.
But
oh shit.
Yes, this is like turning into like a conspiracy podcast now. But you've got the Hillary Clinton friends suicide thing going on.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. Guys, I think we're going to be next. Actually, when they find this on the internet,
we're going to be on the hill.
Mysteriously, Calum fell out of a one-story building and died.
Oh no. Yeah. Except they never see this because sometimes like there's things in the that happen in the podcast. I'm like, that can't be released. We can't say that.
Now Jordan's being all paranoid. He's worried that ISIS is actually going to come find him. He was paranoid when I first made that poster and that shirt.
Yeah.
And now he's more worried because we're talking about Hillary Clinton. Hillary, you fall over and you're probably going to hit your head on a desk, and that's probably how you're going to go. Don't exactly feel bad for you, you warmongering bitch. That's just me. Watch, I'm probably going to go to the grocery store and there's going to be a guy in a black suit with a really nice tie. He's like, are you Scott? I'll be like,
are you Scott?
Yeah, why?
Oh, no.
Come here, I'd like to talk to you for a minute. I don't get a good feeling about this. There's another 2 guys behind me. I don't have a choice. Okay.
We've got White Claws in our van.
Oh no.
We have weed and White Claws in our van. Please come over here. Oh, okay.
Yeah, no problem.
No problem. Sounds like good. No. So are you guys new to the area? You guys look different. Everybody here's really old. You guys are relatively young. Oh shit.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I still think that falling out a window would probably be the worst way to die. But more so, I got to ask you this, Calum, because you're a funny individual. You got a creative mind. What do you make of this situation I'm about to paint for you? You die. You go up to St. Peter's Gate. St. Peter's is there. He's like, "Got you, bitch. You got to go back there. I'll at least let you pick what animal you come back as. I want to know what would be the worst animal you could pick to come back as. What would be the worst, the shittiest life, like just dog shit."
I don't know, like a dung beetle or something, maybe.
Fuck, that's 2 for dung beetle.
Yep, totally.
Okay, so somebody else has said dung beetle.
No, you can say dung beetle. I just want somebody to agree with me. I still think a snail or a chicken would be fucking dog shit, man.
I don't know. Maybe like one of the queen's corgis would be pretty shit. You'd probably get like kicked by this old lady all day. Get off my throne! Come on, fuck off!
Totally.
I don't know. To be honest, I think it would probably be better to come back as an animal than it would be a human. Fucking being a human sucks balls. Like at least if you're like a dog or something, you're pretty much fucking happy all the time.
Yeah, true.
You're like, I'm having the same food I had yesterday. Fuck yeah! Oh, I'm gonna go for a shit. Yeah! Oh, they're taking me for a walk. Yeah!
Totally.
Like I have the most manly dog of all dogs. I have a pug.
Ooh, nice.
But
there are more manly dogs than that, though. I have to say, Pomeranians, nothing more manly than a Pomeranian. Nothing like
if you can pull off walking down the street with a Pomeranian, you're a man.
Totally.
Yeah. But like when I come home from work, my dog is so fucking happy to see me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if I've like given it a massive row in the morning and said, "Oh, you're a fucking asshole," or "You're a dickhead." When I come home, it's like, "Oh, Dad, yeah, woo!"
Yeah.
But that might be because I come home around it's dinner time.
Fair.
Fair enough. Understandable. I get that. That's fucking man. I have to ask
but
you this.
I think if I could pick an animal to come back as, I think it'd be a cheetah.
Ooh.
Cheetahs are cool.
You suit a cheetah. The hair,
Totally.
the beard. You look like a majestic cheetah.
Totally.
Yeah.
I could definitely see that.
I think I'd have to come back as a sea turtle. Sea turtles live for fucking ever if they get into that ocean. They live to be like a million years old. But I realize it's a mad dash to the ocean.
Yeah.
You'd be like the ones out of Finding Nemo, man.
Yeah.
Hey, little dude.
Yeah, little dude.
Yeah.
Totally.
Just gotta ride the current, man.
Totally. Yeah, that would be me.
100%.
You know, I love turtles, man. I don't know what my deal is with turtles. I've loved them since day one. Probably has something to do with Ninja Turtle.
Oh, absolutely. My favorite cartoon as a kid.
Ooh.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But
my bucket list is to go diving with the turtles.
Ooh. Really?
That'd be cool.
Oh, yeah.
I used to want to go diving with dolphins until I found out it's just disgusting.
Kinda is, yeah.
Yeah. Especially when I found out that they're in a school, which is not really a school. It's more of just a giant orgy dolphin fuck fest.
Oh.
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh, like somebody told me they wanted to go diving with the dolphins. And I'm like, I don't think you want to do that. They're like, no, it's going to be like really spiritual and really good and a lot of fun. I'm like, you might want to read more of what's going on.
Yeah, what's actually happening.
There's a lot of shit going on. So, no, it's interesting. Are you one of those guys that you want to go like skydiving or anything crazy like that? Are you wanting to go like fucking bungee jumping on the side of a volcano? YOLO!
I have a massive fear of heights.
Ooh, fair.
I do too. I do too. How did you develop yours, or did you always have yours? It's always been there.
I think it was always there, but there's a tall monument in Edinburgh in Scotland.
Yeah.
And you can climb to the top of it, and it's like you go through a staircase in the middle of it, and then it gets slowly tighter and tighter and tighter until you get to the top. And I remember my grandmother taking me up it, and I was absolutely shitting myself. And my granny was like, "Oh, come on, you'll be fine. I got to the top, and I honestly was shitting myself. But I went to New Zealand when I went traveling, and I thought, right, one way to cure my fear of heights is to do a bungee jump.
Yeah.
So I went for the highest suspended bungee jump in the Southern Hemisphere.
Okay.
So what it is like there's a big canyon.
Yep.
And across the canyon there's a wire. And then in the middle of the wire there's this box that you 10 people go into, like a cabin basically. And so we were all in this little cabin in the fucking middle of this gorge, and you have to get weighed before you go and do this.
Yeah.
And I was the heaviest, so I had to go first. So it was just like everybody was shitting themselves.
Yeah.
It was all complete silence. And I was like, oh fuck this. But I was like, right, okay, I'm here, okay. So I got strapped in with my legs strapped in, and they said, okay, right, you need to go to the front of the platform. So you went to the front of this, like the cabin you're in, and then there was a little ledge that was maybe like a foot or something out past the front. And I said, I went to the edge of the cabin, and I was like, no, I don't want to do this. But I didn't say anything. And then the guy was like, right, yeah, just go forward to the ledge, go forward right to the front. And I started shaking my head, but my feet started walking, and it was like an involuntary thing. And I was like, oh fucking hell! And they're like 3, 3, 2, 1, go! And I just went. I just let myself fall forward. And then a noise came out of me I've never heard in my life before. It was like it was horrible.
Scott, you feeling okay there? You look a little pale.
Dude, my butthole is so puckered right now just hearing this story.
I don't know how long the free fall was, but he fell for a long fucking time, and then you bounce a couple of times, and when you're coming up from one of the bounces, you have to reach up and pull a thing on your legs to make you go upright again, and then they have to pull you back to the top. And that was probably worse than the actual fucking bungee jump, because you're just hanging there. And then as I was getting closer to the top, I started spinning round in circles. It was just fucking horrible.
Yeah, no kidding.
But I got back on then, and everybody was like, oh, well done, blah, blah, blah. And as more and more people went, everybody got psyched up and amped up and everything. I was like, you fucking assholes, where were you when I was jumping? Pricks.
Oh my god.
But everything about that sounds horrible. Oh.
Yeah, I can safely say that my fear of heights is still 100% there.
Fair.
Jesus Christ. I thought my story about being in a helicopter and a bird coming at the same level of the propeller was bad, because the son of a bitch just turned the fucking helicopter sideways and had a big bubble door. So I'm just looking at Earth from 3,000 feet up or whatever. And you're, But yours
Nah.
is far worse.
Yeah.
It was horrible.
I wouldn't have survived that.
No, I couldn't have done it. Straight up. I would.
I think I have it on like you can buy the disc, the DVD disc or something. I think I have it somewhere. I don't think I've ever watched it though.
Fair.
Holy shit. Yeah, see, I don't know. Like, I feel like if I were to go bungee jumping like you did, that if I were to survive, I would have to give up something of value, like the ability to have children. Like, I have to give up the ability to have kids, or like my left nut, or like maybe Odin, I gotta give my left eye, something like that. I don't know. Crazy shit, man. God damn.
Jeez.
Oh, that's funny.
No, it's not nice.
Yeah. Good on you for doing it, but I could never.
It does. It takes a certain level of bravery.
Yep.
Or fucking stupidity. I don't know.
Or stupidity. Depending on how you want to look at it, like you said.
Yeah. A little bit of both, I feel like.
I mean, like, I've never even boasted that I've done it because I fucking hated it.
Yep.
It was just horrible.
Totally.
Like, I would never recommend to anybody to do it. Like, why the fuck would you want to do that?
That's hilarious. Yeah, see, my sisters, they've done some weird things. Like my one sister who's a tattoo and piercing, her tongue's actually cut in half. Like she has a snake tongue. And she was like, it really wasn't that bad. And I was like, I don't know, man. I've seen how they do that. Like you're getting your tongue cut in half. You can't lie to me and tell me it's not that bad.
Yeah.
Nope. Fucking. I thought getting my eyebrow pierced was fucked up because it sounded like a Rice Krispie popping.
Oh.
Well,
You've never got a piercing
this year?
No, not by a long shot.
Well, you sound like you're gonna be fucking burned in hell if you get a goddamn piercing. It's not gonna burn you.
I don't think I could do it.
I've got a lot of piercings, and pretty much all of them were done by my girlfriend.
Cool.
Really?
Huh.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Does she have any experience, or is she just like, here, I'm gonna poke a hole in you?
No, well, she owns a salon. She's a beautician, so she.
Oh, very cool. Very
does all
cool. I
of that.
forgot that part. That's right. They do have a little bit of experience in that.
Yeah.
But she let me pierce her ear this lockdown period.
Yeah.
Like right through the middle bit.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah.
Fuck! It was it was horrible to like do.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, what was that like?
I could. Well,
I know you said horrible when you made this face, and you were like, which is no good. Nobody wants that.
You didn't want to be like having a shaky hand or anything like
Totally. Yeah.
that. You didn't want to fuck up. That's probably the worst part of it. But pushing the needle through it that's okay, I suppose.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucked up. Oh, that's not something that I could do. See, I'm all good with like splitting somebody open with my elbow or like punching them and making them bleed like that. That's combat. I'm in a weird mindset when I'm doing that. But if somebody just came to me and they're, hey, I willingly like you to punch a hole through my body, I'd be like, I'm not sure I could do that. And the weird thing is, like, I'll pay you. I'll pay you to punch a hole through me. But man, I'm not gonna lie, I miss my piercings. I got rid of all of them. I don't have any now, but I miss them.
I guess you can't have them if you're fighting.
Yeah, that's why I don't have them. I used to have an eyebrow piercing right here that was actually, the way it was done was apparently completely wrong. Like for a person, it shouldn't work. But for whatever reason, it worked with my body type because I have these weird, big, fat, thick eyebrows. So, yeah, I don't know what the deal was. But it looked good. I was happy with it.
Yeah. I had I have my nipples pierced at the minute, but I had one pierced previously, and I got ripped out when I was playing football once. Like
what kind of pain is that?
Somebody grabbed hold of my shirt and pulled. But I didn't even notice. I was like involved in the game or whatever, and then one of my friends was like, "Calum, you're bleeding, dude." And then, what is it? And I was like, "Oh, fuck!" And it was like a big patch of blood down my my side. But yeah, once I knew that it was there, it was a bit stingy. Yeah.
I was gonna ask you what kind of pain was that though after? Like you didn't notice at the time clearly because you were all hyped up on adrenaline, or you didn't notice because you were just in the moment of your game. But later, what did that feel like? Was that the worst fucking pain?
I was pretty fucking sore. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought, I don't know. I think Jordan needs to get a Prince Albert. I think that would be a really good first piercing.
Well, when we go and collect them with the rest of the guys, we'll take them to your sister and get them a Prince Albert.
Wait,
Perfect.
What does that mean?
Don't worry about it.
Look it up. Look it up now. Look it up.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
No, Scott, I'm very worried about it.
Look at Jordan. Look it up.
All right, Jordan. I guess you have to look up.
But you have to look up Prince Albert piercing, not just Prince Albert.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Prince Albert's probably somebody. You need to look up the piercing.
Yeah.
You may not want to put this on the screen.
Oh, you do want to put it on the screen, no? Yeah.
Oh.
You want one?
Good times.
Oh, it's fantastic. Oh shit! Did Jordan just die? Did he disappear? Where'd he go?
He wants to do it.
He wants to. Oh shit! I convinced him. That was easy.
Yeah.
No. No.
Come on, Jordan. I thought you were a Viking. Oh, when I was in school, I had a buddy. Oh, wow. Look at that. How long have you been in that facepalm position for?
Not long enough.
I think we've broken them. We've broken them.
Honestly,
no,
we talked to
brilliant little fucker.
like we talked to Mensky last week, and I like my head was in my hands for like a good chunk of the podcast, and just like staring off into space. Like
you should see the messages we send this poor fucking kid. Mensky and I'll just send him a message. I'm like, dude, I'm gonna send him a voicemail, and then you send him a voicemail. Let's just keep going until we get tired of this. And they're voicemails that are just they're so unnecessary. Like Jordan had a very beautiful young female friend over the other day, and we were advising him that at the age of 20, it's now time for him to take his place on the family throne. So we kept whispering to him through our voicemails, Jordan, did you fuck her in the butt yet? Jordan, do you want to see pictures of you fucking her in the bum? And then he just, and I'm just surprised that Jordan didn't unhook his microphone or headset or whatever it was that he was using so she could hear these messages to possibly know the hints that Jordan would like sent his way.
Well, did you?
No.
We even told him that he had to fuck her in front of his family. He's just like, I can't do that. And we're like,
well, that's how you know she's a keeper. If you can do it in front of your family, and your family are like, yeah, that's okay. Yeah.
Oh my! I think I would be murdered on the spot.
No, because see, you're the king at that point. You took the kingdom. You are the king. You tell everybody what to do. Everybody just looks at you bewildered. It's like, what the fuck is Jordan doing? And you do like what black belt would do. You stare them down in the corner while you still make the motion. And even if they come near you, you just stare them down. They come near you, just shake your head very, very subtly. Just like, and then you just keep going. That's the big dick mentality, Jordan. Big dick mentality.
BDM.
BBM.
BDM.
BDM. I don't know why I said BB. There's no BB. There's B and M. Fucking goddamn.
That's gotta be the new hashtag now.
Yeah. Big dick
Hashtag
movement.
BDM.
I love it. That'll be the next one.
Yeah.
We're gonna make all these hashtags famous, and people are gonna be like, "Who thought of these?" A bunch of bearded weirdos who got to know each
Yeah,
other.
bearded fucking freaks somewhere.
Yeah. No,
Oh,
but like
shit.
I also woke up this morning to like a good bunch of voice messages from Mensky and Scott. Like just like
Oh yeah, I guess I sent you a bunch last night when I was drunk. I forgot about those.
Yeah.
Right. I went on a rant about a leprechaun last night.
Yes, you did.
I don't even know anything about leprechauns.
The Leprechaun, the movie.
No, I just mean leprechauns in general. I don't know shit about them. I just know that they're leprechauns. They gather gold, right? That's what leprechauns do. They gather gold.
Yeah.
Well,
I
think
something
so.
like that. Yeah. Yeah, so I woke up to seven voice messages this morning from Mensky and Scott. I'm just like, why?
Don't worry. You'll wake up tomorrow.
Oh no.
Oh, yes. Oh, fuck, that's funny.
Like, Mensky's a special. Like, Scott is weird, but like Mensky's a special breed. Like,
yeah, well, I think it's part of his lingo. He tells you that he'll fuck some old lady right in your fucking butt, but he doesn't say in her butt. He uses all of his own fancy lingo, like in her tootin' and pootin', and he says it in such a way that it comes out so funny.
Yeah.
I don't know. I love Mensky.
Tootin' and tootin'. I like that. I'm gonna try to use that tonight. Hey baby, can I see you tootin' and tootin'?
I don't know, man. You might get lucky. This podcast seems to do well. I remember when Pablo was on here, you put a picture on after. He's like, "This is what my wife sent me while I was on the podcast," and she was dressed up like Deadpool. And I was like, "Damn!" So I'm hoping it's in your favor. Odin's eye.
Yeah.
Well, mine might end up dead in a pool. I don't know.
Oh no.
What's probably the worst situations ever taken place for you when it comes to that, where you've tried to make a suggestion and it just does not go your way? I remember one time being with a girlfriend and I was just like, we should try anal sex. And she was like, okay, fine, we'll try it. It did not go well. It required both of us to have a very long cleansing shower. It was not fun for anybody. And I just remember being like, this is a bad suggestion. Nobody ever should suggest these things. Have you ever had a suggestion like that where you're like, this is going to be awesome, and it turns out fucking horrible?
Yeah.
Awesome. I can't wait to hear this.
It was a wee while ago. And not with the person I'm with at this precise moment.
Fair enough.
But the girl was like, "Okay, you've done anal sex with some girls before." I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "Well, I want to try it. I want to do everything that they've done for you."
Yeah.
So I was like, "Okay, yeah." That's a win for me.
Sure.
That's a win for me. So we were getting down to whatever, and she was like, "Okay, yeah, okay, you just go for it." So I was like, "Okay, yeah, here comes the money." So I car in the garage, and she instantly started crying, like, straight away. I was like,
oh no.
do you want me to keep going? She did not.
Oh yikes.
Oh God, that's so rude.
So I was like, "Oh yeah, this is going to be an awesome date." It turned out to be a horrible date.
Oh no.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, I gave my very first girlfriend I ever had the nickname Godzilla because she was the first girl that ever gave me a blowjob. But it reminded me of like the 1968 or 64 black and white version of Godzilla, where you could see like each tooth was really just like a sharp peg of wood that they sharpened. And you're just like her blowjob felt like a cheese grater, so I gave her the nickname Godzilla after, and it's been a scarring memory for the remainder of my life.
Yeah.
Hopefully not too many scars.
No, luckily I'm fine in that aspect, but I mean mentally I don't know how I'll recover. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'll recover from that. Jordan, watch out for teeth. Any girl that tells you they're sexy, she's lying.
Good to know.
Good to know.
What you really want, Jordan, what you really, really want is a girl with no teeth.
Absolutely.
That's when you know you're going to have a good time.
That, or if she scares you a little bit, if she makes you scared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you pee yourself a little bit whilst you're in her presence, that's probably a good sign.
It's a good thing.
I know a couple girls like that. Not a lot, but
That
like
you peed in front of
no.
them?
No, that like scare me a little bit.
Oh, I thought you meant that you peed in front of them a little bit. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, what are you? That fucking comedian that got in trouble for jerking off in front of women?
Yeah. Yeah.
Who the hell was that again? Was that Jim
Pee-wee?
Gaffigan or who the fuck was that?
Was it not Pee Wee Herman or whatever?
No, it wasn't Pee Wee Herman. He was a real big name. He was doing really, really well for himself, and then they found out he was jerking off in front of women for years, and they put a fucking ixnay on his career.
Nope, pass.
I don't know.
Can't remember. No, well, fuck it. His career's over.
Yeah, I'm not looking it up. You're banned from having me look things up for this episode.
That's all right. Our next episode's starting soon.
I'm gonna message Vinny some awesome stuff to look up on the internet.
Oh no.
Oh shit.
Jordan, you surely looked up the blue waffle before.
No.
Scott?
You haven't looked up the blue waffle?
No.
Hey, I'm not telling you to look it up, but I think Calum is. That doesn't count with me.
Still counts.
I'll ask Vinny to ask you.
Oh no.
You like waffles though, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, well. It's just a blue waffle, kinda.
I don't believe that for 1 second, Calum. Not for 1 second.
He's not wrong. It is just a blue waffle in a sense.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, like if you're hungry, it might be good to look up. I don't know.
It might satisfy your hunger. It could. It has that ability, possibly.
Yeah. But well, just at least look it up, like maybe when you're off there. I don't know.
Yeah, or you know, Jordan, actually the best time that you could look it up is right before you go to sleep, right before you close your eyes for bed. It's in some cultures it's a great way to help calm the mind.
Yeah, or your mom might want to see it. I don't know.
Yeah, it's
oh dear.
You know, it's honestly one of those things that you only see once in a lifetime, so you may want to message it to all of your close relatives and friends.
Yeah. I would say definitely any girl that you want to like get with, you should offer them to see the blue waffle first, and then you could take them out for dinner or something like that.
Absolutely. I think that's honestly that's really the only way that you could go with the blue waffle. You know.
Yeah.
I think that, you know, Jordan, is there anybody that now that you've graduated from high school that you miss, that you'd like to be reconnected with? Because this is is probably the best way for you to reconnect with them by sending them the blue waffle, telling them that you would like to go out for lunch with them, that you found a great place that serves blue waffles. Like, I really think that would be a good way for you to reconnect some of those connections and friendships you used to have.
Share a blue waffle together, and
smoke a joint and eat a blue waffle. You know, I think you can even order some that are big enough for two.
Well, yeah, it might be a two-man job, I would say, yeah.
It very well could be a two-man job. I mean, especially if you, the first time going, you might need two men. So. All
right. He's going to look up on his phone.
Nope. No.
He is.
No, Zeke is messaging me because he said that the Moose Bros Instagram account stopped following him, and he said it made him sad, and he's seeing that from a lot of the Beard Struggle ambassadors.
Oh, weird. Huh, weird. Does he want me to send him a dick pic to let him know how I feel?
Oh, you can ask him. It's in the group chat that we set up for when him and Dak were supposed to come on the podcast.
I could just take a gigantic shit and send him the picture of it, but I mean, I am busy. I'm doing a podcast right now.
Oh man.
Oh shit. Oh, I don't want to harm that guy too bad yet.
Yeah.
What were you saying, Calum? You were in the middle of saying something there?
No, I'm saying when you're done doing podcast, if you're sending out shit pictures, me or Jordan, you can pick either me or Jordan. I don't mind.
Don't tell him to do that, Calum, because he might do it, and I don't need that.
No, Jordan's already worried because I mean, months ago, I guess we're probably at months ago now, aren't we, Jordan? When I sent you that picture, fucking Jordan was being all cocky one day. He's like, "Oh yeah, you whatever, send me a picture," and I was like, "All right, fine, fuck you." So I did. I just put a bunch of Beard Struggle products in front of my dick and fucking took a seat on my couch, and it was, I don't know, I think it was a classy photo. What do you think, Jordan? What did you think of that? I thought it was classy.
I almost blocked it out of my memory. This has happened. This is like the third or fourth time you've brought this up.
Yeah, no, fuck you. You can't have it be blocked out of your memory. You have to live with that shit the rest of your life like I did.
Do you think it was a good marketing ploy, though?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Your eyes definitely focused at the Beard Struggle products in the end of that picture.
Yeah. You're like, look at the size of those bottles. It's bigger than my dick.
Oh shit, that's funny. Oh man. Too funny. Oh.
Well, guys, I guess I'm gonna shoot. I'll let you guys speak to Vincent.
Yeah, we're going on 2 hours at this point.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I guess we should. I just want to say thank you, my man, for all your time, especially the fact that you're on vacation. You came out and had a few laughs with us. It was nice to get to talk to you finally. And
it's been a pleasure. It's been an absolute pleasure to speak to you guys and to talk to Jordan. It's been good.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you, Calum. We love the shit out of you. The king of big dick energy, ladies and gentlemen.
Wait, what is that?
What is he showing you the blue waffle?
No.
Jesus, Calum.
Oh my god.
That's amazing.
Oh my god, I need to have one.
Do you remember? Do you remember like the WWA?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Like the Hulk Hogan one.
Oh yeah, true. That's incredible.
Oh my God, that's so epic. What a way to end the podcast. Fucking awesome. The king of big dick energy, ladies and gentlemen. Jordan, do you want to continue with your little spiel here?
Yeah, so I'll have Calum's social media links down below if you want to check him out, give him a follow, as well as his Beard Struggle discount link. Have that as well. Yeah, this has been tons of fun, lots of laughs. Thanks for joining us.
Yes,
Thanks very much, guys.
Cheers.
Take care, and we'll see you guys soon.
Totally.
Much love. Oh, that was a lot of fun. I enjoyed that.
Thanks, guys, man.
Cheers.
Well, thank you.
And enjoy your time with the Scouts.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Good luck working out what he's trying to say. Well, hi, kid. How you doing, I? You can include that in it if you want.
I will.
Oh my man. That's fantastic.
Right, guys. Take care, and we'll speak to you soon.
Totally.
All right, bro. Stay well. Thank you again.
Cheers.
Take care.